Hey y'all, this is Kylie from Wild Lemon Fitness. Thanks so much for joining us in our online studio. Let's work out.
Hi friends, thank you for joining us today. I'm Kimberly and welcome to Wild Lemon. We're gonna be doing a running stretch here this morning. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start off with our standing quad hip flexor stretch. So just find yourself something you can lean on, maybe put a hand on. It can be a wall, it can be a table, chair, whatever. I've got a chair handy here. So the easiest way to do this, keep your feet hip width apart and parallel. You're gonna take either leg, outside leg would be the easiest probably, and take that heel up to your seat. Just reach back with that same hand, grab a hold of the foot. You can put a soft little bend in that standing leg if you want, and just gently drawing that heel towards the seat, lengthening out the front of the leg, also drawing that hamstring back, being gentle and releasing it back down. And I'll just switch my chair on over to the other side. You can just turn around, take that hand once again, bring that heel back, reach back with the opposite hand and pull it in nice and close. Put that soft bend in the standing leg, protecting your knee joint, and just drawing that heel to the seat. Loosening up that quadricep, releasing the ankle as well, just getting all of those joints ready for the impact that we're gonna have in our run. Let's release it back down. And you can do this a couple times, 3 times maybe each side. Just bringing that heel in, loosening that front of the leg, being gentle, try not to pull too hard, just letting that muscle kind of loosen up on its own since we're kind of doing a static cold stretch at the moment. So pulling that heel in, you want to stand nice and tall, keep that pelvis nice and neutral, and just release that heel back down. I'm going to do one more on this foot, and then we'll switch to our next stretch. So soften that knee, pull that heel in. You're going to feel that quadricep getting nice and loose. Take some deep breaths in, stand tall, use the core, still keeping that neutral pelvis, and then release that foot back down. And our second stretch that we're gonna do today, you can move to where you have a little bit more space now. And then we're gonna take it and spread those feet out nice and wide. And you can take those hands, clasp them in front of you, and we're just gonna take it to a gentle lunge side to side. That's gonna open up through those hip flexors, through those inner thighs, those adductors right there, and just get you nice and lubricated and ready for your run. That hip joint is so important. Think about that knee pressing up through that quadricep here, really getting that heel pressed nice and firm. Keep the upper body tall, gaze is forward, and just press those palms. It's gonna give you a little bit more balance here. And you can hang out here as long as you want, just loosening up. It's a little bit more of a dynamic stretch, helps you warm up those muscles here as well. And then we're gonna keep that focus on our hips here. Just a couple more seconds of these. Take those deep breaths and stand tall. All right, I'm gonna grab my chair once again. Just resting that hand wherever you need it, can be against a wall. And those feet are gonna be hip width apart again. And the easiest way, just lift that knee up, find a nice 90-degree angle that you're creating with that leg here. You can keep the foot flexed, hand on the hip, and just draw yourself some nice circles here. You're working through the groin and the hip, just loosening up. And we're gonna do that, keep a soft bend in that standing leg, keep that protected knee joint here, and then we're gonna switch directions. It's all about that balance. Think about standing tall, your posture is important. It's getting those core nice and warmed up too. And then we'll just set that foot down. I'm gonna switch sides with my chair. And we're gonna do the same thing. You can just spin around if you need to. Keep your feet hip width. Stand tall, bring that knee up, find that nice 90-degree angle, and just draw your circles. Creating that nice shape here, loosening up that muscle right there at that joint. It's slow and steady. It's definitely a troublesome area. Great to focus on. I'm gonna change directions now. Still got that soft bend in my standing leg, protecting my body. My toes are facing straight ahead. Keep breathing. You're doing great. And then bring that foot back down. All right, you should feel those muscles really getting nice and warm for you here. Our next one that we're gonna do is our lateral squat stretch. All right, so from here, oh gosh, I totally messed that one up. I'm so sorry. We're gonna move to our lunges with the side bend. So from here, I'm gonna turn sideways so you can get a really good view of this. We're gonna step forward. I'm gonna start with that right foot and just come down into a nice lunge. And that same leg that we're lunging into, we're gonna take that arm, rest it on our thigh, and then the other arm is gonna reach up nice and tall and side bend. Feeling that release down the side of the body, loosening up through the lower body, and then just bringing it right back up. And then you can switch it out. You can step back and just drop it down. Bring that left arm across the thigh, and that right arm's coming up, and you're just gonna side bend. You can get a view of each side here of what we're working towards. We're gonna bring it back up, and we're gonna do that again. So we're gonna step that right foot forward, left foot is back. We're gonna drop low into our lunge. That right arm's gonna rest on your thigh. That left arm's gonna come nice and tall to the ceiling, and then big side bend. And up. I'm already feeling a little bit warm, a little shaky. Step it back, drop it down. Left arm across the thigh, right arm is nice and tall, and big side bend. All right. And now we're gonna finish it off with our standing dynamic. It's gonna be a hamstring and calf stretch, a little bonus of double work here. We're gonna point and flex through this movement. I'll turn sideways so you can get a nice view here. But we're gonna extend that right leg out, flex the foot, and then just hinging forward, shifting that seat backwards. You can take it down, you can reach for the toes, you can touch the mat, you can reach behind your calf. But think about the seat shifting back, really lengthening out through the back side of that leg. And then we're gonna point. You can try and draw yourself a little closer. And then flex. And then point. And let's bring it right back up. And we're gonna do the same thing on that left side. So let that left leg extend out, foot is flexed. And as we shift backwards, shooting those hips back, you're gonna reach down, same challenge that you did on the opposite leg. Bring it to that pointed toe. Use your breath. In and out. Big flex, press that heel down. Draw yourself in a little bit lower. Feel the core, feel that back lengthening out right here. And point. And come back up to standing. And that is our running stretch series. Go ahead and hit this before you hit the trails, before you hit the roads. This is a great way to get your muscles nice and tuned up and ready, lubricating all those joints, protecting your body so you can have an awesome run. Enjoy yourself out there. I'll see you later.